Another one. Another
Ladies and
one
gentlemen, another one.
from the fake
Welcome
from
back,
the fake producer DJ Khaled.
fake producer DJ. Yeah, right. DJ not valid.
Yo, I'll do it.
DJ
But
DJ need a salad.
I mean, you're going there. You're getting there. But
Yeah, right.
sounds overrated. But
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Anything Goes podcast. As always, it is me and David
yes.
again for another episode. Um, we're in two very different settings right now. We're a couple thousands of miles away from each other, and
Yes. Where are you?
I can feel the distance between us. You know what I mean?
I hear that a lot. Where are you right now? As a
Right
black man
now,
in what
I'm
state?
a chocolate colored man in the sunshine state of Florida, presumably where all of the Puerto Ricans go. I am in Kissimmee, Orlando, and I've been here for a couple of days, and
Surveying the
I don't see
landscape.
surveying the land and not really seeing a lot of people that look like me. So that's kind of concerning. Uh,
Any Confederate flags?
no Confederate flags. Not in Kissimmee. Kissimmee is very like Puerto Rican oriented. Like
Mm.
where I'm staying now is like a not a gated community, but you know how
Oh shit. Okay, talk that shit. Go flex.
you know how like the way Orlando is set up is like there's communities. So there's like communities of houses that look similar and like they're not different in any way except for maybe like color
No,
of the
people
house.
don't need to know. Live for our guests if you have to. You got an Airbnb in a gated community because you're about that life. The boats are paying you well.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. But yeah, I'm in Orlando, Florida. Been here for a couple of days. Just, wanted to get out of the city for a little bit and come to Florida. I came with okay, technical difficulty there. But
Technical difficulties. Yes, we're not there yet. We're still
I
struggling.
I came here with my wife, my dad, and
He's
we're
about to say
staying
your
in an
mom.
I was gonna say my mom, but
Two different.
unfortunately my
That's crazy going from your mom to your wife.
yeah, no. It's my wife and my dad. We're here in an Airbnb. We have a full house with like a pool and a hammock
Oh
that I
shit.
have yet to use because it looks a little sketch, only because it doesn't look like it'll support my weight. But
Hammocks. Yeah. You did call you. What you called your DJ name? Doctor Need a Salad.
DJ need a salad.
Yeah. Be like that.
Um, and yeah, we did
Why is your
we
dad there? If you don't mind me asking.
so it
The
was supposed to be
OG.
like a family style vacation, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a bit of a shit show, even kind of getting here. So
Oh, expected.
my brother was supposed to come, but my brother doesn't have a job, and
Mm.
we are a bunch of adults with a job, and he did have a job prior to us setting this up, and he was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll go to Florida, I'll pay my way just so that it's not really money heavy on everybody. And then that job had ceased to exist, so he wasn't able to come.
Mm.
And
That's
then
tough.
I tried to get my little sister to come because that was part of the plan from the beginning. And that fell through because she had some, doctor's appointments and appointments and stuff for school, which is very important. School is very important. Uh, and my mom wasn't able to make it because she's taking care of my grandmother. And so this
So your
whole
dad, you brought
plan.
your dad.
So my dad was always going to go. He was always originally part of the plan because we were doing this family trip, but it was with my dad's side of the family, and they still believe that like going on trips or going to Florida is like you have to plan it like if you're back in like the 80s or the 90s. So
Hmm.
like in the 80s or the 90s, you would get like group rates and group whatever, for like
You're old fashioned.
going to a resort or like a hotel, and so that's how they planned it. and my wife is pretty bougie. You know what I mean? And
I can see that.
when my wife kind of seen like what the pricing was going to be like for this resort with like the group rates and stuff like that, she already knew that we could get something a lot nicer and a lot cheaper if we just got like a really nice Airbnb and a private pool, a whole house to yourself, sleeps a bunch of people, and that's what we wound up doing. So we kind of like deviated from the plan, and we're a lot more comfortable for it. Let me tell you that.
What was the original plan? A days in?
No, so the original plan was to be at a resort
Never been in my
near
life.
Disney.
That's how you know I'm so not like you. I
Yeah,
went
but a
to a
resort, a
hotel.
resort, a resort near Disney is just like a fancy hotel. You know what I
That's
mean?
bread. A resort near Disney is bread.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
So
Yeah,
they spent like a good amount of money on their rooms and stuff like
two
that,
G's.
and they were really nice rooms. But at the end of the day, all the amenities you have to kind of like share it with other people in the resort. And my dad's side of the family are a very rambunctious bunch of people, and
As I've seen.
I love them to death, but they're pretty loud and expressive,
Fine.
and
They're
like,
Puerto Ricans. What the
yeah,
fuck? They're Puerto Ricans.
they're
They're
regular
from Brooklyn,
regular.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So
To be exact, Puerto Ricans from Brooklyn
they definitely brought New York to
to Florida.
a Floridian resort, and we went to go finally catch up with them a couple of days ago. And when we got there, it was just like they were already like shit faced. They were well into partying, but they were also like blasting music at
Love
the
that.
public pool outside of the building where the resort is, really loud. And they were having
They're the
multiple.
hooligans that you stay away from.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mm.
So, they're definitely having a good time. But instead of going to Disney, they decided to do Universal.
I
And
love these.
Universal,
I would
even
go
though
with them.
Universal is great, Universal is not big person friendly, like as far as the rides and stuff. So you would have probably had a blast, but there's very few rides
Thanks.
that I can get on.
You tried it out. You looked it in. You looked around.
No, so instead of going to Universal, we decided to do Disney because uh Disney has
Big people rides.
a lot of rides that are, good for all sizes and ages and age ranges and stuff like that.
Hot take.
But
Universal over Disney.
I would take Universal. I'd probably take Disney over Universal,
Uh,
only because like all of the parks are all like adult friendly and kid friendly at the same time. And especially if you're an adult with a kid mentality, it's like a fucking playland. You know what I mean? Like you just can't get enough of it.
mm-hmm.
And I am one of those adults that can really tap into my childish nature and just have a blast wherever I'm gonna be. But
As you should.
the first park that we did, so we got here Saturday. I believe we got here. No, yeah, we left on a Friday. We drove here too.
Which is like wild. Especially if you're gonna say you're bougie, but you ended up driving.
Well, my wife used to do the drives a lot with her family as a kid, and her dad used to drive, so she wanted to, experience it for herself, do the drive, and see how much she
She had a
would
good
enjoy it.
childhood.
Yeah, she
I
did.
don't know.
They
I
used
don't
to
know about that.
go. They used to drive to Florida almost every summer, and then they would be here for
She.
about 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
How does that work? That's what I want to know. Like, don't you wish your dad wasn't there sometimes? Like, sometimes you want to get into some boom boom with your wife, but then your dad is there, and he's like
So it's
third
very
wheeling.
easy because my
Oh, you
dad
know how to.
is a very deep sleeper, and when he is asleep,
No,
you can tell because my
that's
dad is how do you say? My dad used to have like very aggressive sleep apnea, and he does.
wait a
So
minute.
he snores
So many
very loud.
questions. This leads to so many questions.
Go ahead.
First of all, I gotta know: are y'all sharing a room?
No, we are not sharing. So we have a whole fucking house. This house sleeps like 8 people. It has two master bedrooms. He's sleeping in the bedroom that is all the way in the
On
front.
the
That's
west
the
wing.
first master bedroom. and then we are in the bedroom that is kind of connected by this door right here. So on the other side of
See,
this door is our master bedroom, and it's in the back of the house. And then we have the
yeah.
pool. This is
Okay,
our
so I'm
pool
so
area
inexperienced.
entrance.
I'm thinking you guys are all in one hotel room, a
No, no,
motel,
no. So
just
we
slinging
did
it
an
on a
Airbnb.
fucking
We
what are
did an
those like
Airbnb.
pull out beds?
No, no, no. So we did an Airbnb. We did some, some fly
Yeah.
shit. But we're in an Airbnb, so we have a whole house to ourselves. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms that are master bedrooms, one at the front of the house and one at the back. And then the 2 smaller bedrooms are on the opposite side of the house, and they sleep like two. They have 2 beds in each room, so they could sleep, you know, 2 people in each room. 3 big ass bathrooms, a pool area, big ass kitchen, big ass living room. Um, so we're chilling. It's a lot of space.
What's been
But
the highlight?
the highlight was probably going to Epcot. So that's the first park that we did. We went to Disney, we did Epcot, and right now they have like their food and wine stuff going on. So in Epcot there are rides in there. They're more like sit down, interactive kind of rides. Uh, and that's for like the kids. But then the food and wine
Hmm.
stuff that they have going on in Epcot is so adults do this thing. It's called drinking around the world because in Epcot it's split up into countries. So you
For
have it,
holidays.
yeah. So you have Italy, you have Japan, you have China, you have Morocco, Brazil, uh,
Puerto Rico.
not Puerto Rico.
Racist. Go ahead.
You have Africa. You have
African beer is that good?
it's about it's about like 12 or 14 different countries that they have. And so what adults do is they do the drinking around the world. So they'll try, so each country has like 3 drinks that are like from each country, and they also have like food that's from each country, and you try to like go to each country and get a drink from each one. So we got there
Nice.
probably at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got about halfway through all of the countries, and I was shit faced by like
I
12
love it.
o'clock.
Are you drinking right now?
I'm not drinking right now. I'm having a coffee.
That's fake. You know what they say, man. You gotta start drinking at like 9 when you're on vacation,
Oh, I've
dude.
been drinking like every day. This is probably the only day I didn't wake up and immediately start drinking. Usually by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, if we were leaving the house, I would already be
Hmm.
like 2 sangrias deep.
Sangria, really? That's the choice?
Yeah, I've been on a sangria kick for like all of this year. So like
Yeah.
anywhere we go or like any restaurant or whatever, I don't know. Sangrias are just the wave for me right now. Like I could fucking, and it's not just any sangria. It has to be like a white sangria, not a red one. Because I
A
feel like
white.
a white sangria is just like very refreshing. You could sip on it, you know what I'm saying, and chill and catch a vibe. Or you can
Yeah.
just like slam a bunch of sangrias and just get really shit faced.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Florida. You look
Hmm.
nice. You look healthy.
I'm
You look
definitely
laid
dark
back.
as fuck.
If this is people are either listening to this or watching this, depending on a lot of different factors. If they're watching this, they can see how laid back you look. You look relaxed. You look chilled. We love that for you.
Hmm.
I'm sweating my ass off in New York City. It is hot. It is humid. It is
Well,
rainy. It
that's
is
probably what we're
fucking
sharing. We're
disgusting.
sharing the same experience because I'm hot as fuck right now.
No, but you are just in paradise. I'm Florida's paradise. Even though it's a red state,
I don't know about paradise.
and I fear for your safety. Every day before I go to bed, I pray that you make it home okay, because you are in the red state, red
Couple,
south.
couple, couple more days, and I'll be back in a blue state, chilling.
Or you mean you're already back, depending on when this episode comes out.
That is true. That is true.
But I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing there. Get your coffee out. We're cheering. Wish you the best in your. Hope you come back to New York safely. Or you do. Or you might be dead by the time this episode comes out. Who the fuck knows? I might be dead.
All right,
We might all be dead. Who the fuck knows what's
let's
going on
not
in.
toast to that. But
No, let's not toast to that. But let's just, who knows? Who
Shit
knows what
happens.
this world is? This
Shit
world is
happens.
going to shits, man. I
It
gotta
is.
ask you. Before we go into the next topic. Gotta ask the most obvious question. First initial thoughts when you saw Big Daddy Trump getting locked up with that mugshot. Need your opinion on that.
Was that like an actual mugshot? Because the way he looked very AI
Well, it depends
generated.
on which one you saw. There's one with a black T-shirt that people are going online with. That's fake. That's not real.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see
But
that.
there's one with the suit where he just looks. He's such a listen, man. I hate Trump. I do. Um, but he's a G. Did you? He came out of that. You saw his first tweet in 2 years.
No.
He tweeted his own mugshot and said, "Never surrender." I'm like, that is a G move. Look, I don't hope to ever get arrested, but if for some reason I ever do, and I have a mugshot, I'm tweeting that first thing I come out, or I'm putting it on a T-shirt and I'm wearing it. Like you
Yeah.
gotta own that shit. And Trump,
I seen a very good tweet about the whole thing from a very like not a wild source, but just coming from the person who tweeted it. Plies. Plies is a very old school
oh yes,
rapper,
very, very.
and
That's the go-to man for political news.
yeah. So he tweeted out, how can we still, or how can he still be considered as like a person running for president or whatever, and he has like he's out on like four different bonds, and he's like on trial for a bunch of different shit. But then a person that has a couple of charges can't even like get a job at McDonald's. And I was like,
You can get a job at McDonald's. You have charges for real.
like it's hard for criminals to get jobs because of a criminal record.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
So
of course,
so
but
what
I'm thinking
that's kind
McDonald's
of
is welcome to all.
what he's comparing it to. Like, how is it so hard to get a job with a criminal record, but then this guy is like, you know, has a couple different charges for whatever's going on, whether he's, guilty of whatever or not, but and he's still like, could run for office, which is like
Because he's
kind
super.
of fucking insane.
It's America. He's rich as fuck. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
whatever he wants. He
Yeah.
admitted to sticking his hand up pussies before he won the presidency.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, you know what I mean?
And
I
Bill
mean,
Clinton's still doing that shit.
yeah. But Bill Clinton is also like really old, so if you're like
Trump's old as fuck
if
too.
you're the woman that he's like grabbing by the pussy, then you could probably
Are
like
we victim shaming?
no, I'm not victim shaming, but it's like that's an old dude, you know what I'm saying? You could easily like punch that dude in the arm and he'd probably have a heart attack.
I'd let him grab my pussy.
That's insane.
I would. I would just take and then like run with it. Like look at Monica Lewinsky. She's now forever known. She's in like fucking rap songs like crazy.
What's one female politician that you would like have your way with them?
Oh, I mean, is that even a real question? AOC.
Yeah?
Yeah, she can.
Who's that? Who's that?
AOC, don't do that.
I don't know if she's a politician, but
She's a politician.
and I think she's like not. No. The person I'm about to name. I don't know if she's a politician, and she might be dead.
She might be
She
dead.
might be dead right now.
Hilarious.
But Ruth Bader Ginsburg could get.
She's definitely dead.
Yeah, she could still get it though.
Dead?
Nah, like alive.
If she was alive, he could still get it.
Yeah, she could still get it.
Nah, you too big for her. You just said you can't fit in a hammock. You gonna fuck?
Yeah,
You gonna fuck
no. But it would be like obviously you gotta know what you're thrashing. So if she's like a nice, older fragile lady, you kind of just you don't just fuck the shit out of her. You kind of like just
Alright, so
make
tell
love.
me the plan. Tell me how to fuck Ruth Gaines big.
No.
Whatever her name.
I'm good. I'd rather keep those details like in a
To yourself.
in a hypothetical world. But before this gets flagged, I think we should
Move on.
find a segue.
Well, I'm drinking my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. This is what I drink every day. I hate my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I hate my weed pen. I get my day started. That's what I be doing these days.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go to the Dunkins, I always see the same group of people, which is not a bad thing. I feel like that came off really bad, but I feel like no. All right, great. So I want to talk about conspiracy theories because this has been something that's on my mind as of late. A whole bunch of conspiracy theories because my dad raised a point
you've
the
been
other
a
day.
big conspiracy theory guys for like the past couple of episodes.
Yeah, man, because like I want to know what the fuck's going on in this world. The other day, a fucking block in my around my building burned down.
A block?
Not a block, but like a bunch of business. So a deli burned down, and a bunch of businesses on that block burned down because the deli don't know how to make a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese and want to fucking blow up and shit. So now
Okay.
the whole build, like, and how does that work? Like, imagine your business is the reason why the whole block is shut down. Like, imagine your business fucking went on fire, and that caused the next business to blow up, and it caused the next business to blow up. Like, how do you just walk around in life? Now you gotta like you gotta move to another state. You can't be around here anymore. Like your business is called Mad Families to Go Down because you don't know how to fucking turn off the oven like a dickhead.
But then again, that could be a win for a family. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
it'll definitely be a loss for you, only because you're supposed to have like business insurance for those kind of things. So like, if your business, like if I'm on the other side of it and like your business burned down my business, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed. But then I also got a very large check coming my way.
well, that's the conspiracy theory because my dad actually was the one that pitched it my way, and I was like, that makes sense. So people don't know I live in the Bronx. Either that's a yay or that's an ill, depending on the side of the spectrum you're on.
Hmm.
Um, And in the Bronx, if you're from the Bronx, you know there's a lot of buildings being built. A lot of new buildings are being built for people to come live. Gentrification, all that shit, whatever. Um, so my dad's theory was that the whites came down to the Bronx, burned that building down,
Your
so they
dad is
get the
Puerto Rican, right?
yes,
Hmm.
just skin color actually. He's a black Puerto Rican.
Okay.
So he come. So yeah. He said the whites came to the Bronx, burned it down, so they can get the insurance, tear down that building, and build a whole new apartment, and they pocket the money. That's a conspiracy theory he pitched my way, and I'm
I
like,
feel like that's yeah, that can be considered like a conspiracy theory, but I feel like that happens more often
all the
than
time.
not. Like,
You think the
yeah, I
whites
feel
are
like
just
that
burning down buildings left and right?
not the whites are burning down buildings, but I feel like the whites, or maybe not the whites, whatever, but like just
The
people with
whites,
money or people who are in the real estate
the
building of
Jews,
building gentrification field, um, they definitely like take those opportunities of like, well, this building or these businesses or these couple of buildings just burnt down, and this is a high value neighborhood that we would like to like
oh,
gentrify
this
and
this neighborhood is definitely not a high value neighborhood.
but
That's why
but
I'm going
or
for it.
trying to change it into that. You know what I'm saying? So like they'll definitely just come in and build like a super insane building that just has like a bunch of amenities and then charge a bunch of like white people or people with just a lot of money that have like access to trust funds and shit to just come in and just have these like insane apartments be bought. You know what
But
I'm saying?
that's yeah.
Because it happens all over Brooklyn. Like
Oh,
if I every time I go to my mom's neighborhood, there's always a different
shout it
like
out.
apartment complex being built, or like even so my mom she lives in the projects, right? And they just finished building. They so usually like projects they have parks, in between all the buildings and whatever the case may be. So around maybe like a year or two after like I moved out from like my mom's place and started living on my own, they had tore down the park and there was just like this big middle section just missing between two buildings. So they decided to build a new apartment complex
Mm.
in the middle of like two project buildings that have been there for like 25 plus years.
You gotta people in the projects gotta jump them. You gotta beat up who lives in that building.
So now it's like a really nice building. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like apartments, but like it's in the middle of the project. So it's kind of like a sore thumb. Not, it's kind of like it sticks out
It no, it
like a sore
definitely
thumb.
stands out. It's like, what the fuck is this doing in the middle of the fucking projects?
Exactly. So, you know, 100%, like I know that they're, you know, these fucking people, they take advantage of putting these buildings anywhere just to raise the rent. You know what I'm
Of
saying? And
course.
so it's definitely. I mean,
Let's be
in a couple.
honest. Let's be honest here, though. If you had the ability to do that, would you do it? Burn down a building and do all that shit?
I mean,
Not to incriminate yourself,
if
but
it meant like burning down the building and like getting the money, or like the building burned down and I got a settlement from it and I was able to build a new, better, nicer building than what's around, yes, I would do it. But I also wouldn't like,
so you'd be like them whites.
yeah, but I wouldn't like
It's
charge an
Florida, man.
insane amount of rent that I knew only certain people could pay it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna build this nice building in the community, I mean obviously I would want it reasonably priced to where I can make a decent profit, and then the people that are around or in the community can live there. But like I wouldn't like, if I knew that
I don't
like
know.
if I knew that like the community, usually the household income is like less than $2,000-3,000 a month, why would I build a apartment building and then charge rent for a one-bedroom apartment almost $2,000? You know what I mean?
You're a good
Like that
guy.
just it just doesn't make sense. Like I feel like that's just taking advantage at a certain point. But then, I understand that like if you build a building there and that's what it's valued for, and that's what you can, put the rent as. But that doesn't mean that you should do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bringing it back to conspiracy theories. I always wondered why it always seems like Indian people.
We
We
spoke
didn't
about
discuss
this
it.
on the we spoke
We
about this
did.
on the last episode.
We
But
didn't. Well, you mean the one that never got released? Thanks for the reminder.
oh shit, yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
that happened
So
too.
for people, we this is our second time doing this episode because we had technical difficulties with the last episode
Yeah.
that unofficially did not come out. Maybe one day it'll come out, and you just gotta bear with us and listen to the terrible audio if you want to listen to it that bad.
Hmm.
Because I actually liked the episode, but then it went to shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, why do Indian people, people from
I don't
India
know. I've
run
always
Dunkin', man?
wondered that. I've always wondered that myself. But
I think India owns Dunkin', don't do they?
I don't know that they do.
Because it just
But
seemed like
like
at
like
every
put it
Dunkin' Donuts.
put it this way. I'm here in Florida, and every Starbucks that I've been to here so far in Florida has like an immense amount of Puerto Rican people.
Yeah, because where else are they gonna work at? The whites
And I
run
feel
this
like
place.
Starbucks is always like that. Like there's always a diverse group of people that is working behind that counter, like just
Yeah,
hammering out a bunch of coffees. But at Dunkin' Donuts, it's just always the same brown faces. You know what I mean? And
that's what I'm saying. Why is that? I feel like there's a
I have
an
no idea.
underlying conspiracy theory there.
I think maybe it's like
Just don't know it.
the cheapest franchise to open for them, or I honestly think like it's
It
one of
has to be
those
Checkers.
things.
No way. I think the cheapest franchise has to be Checkers.
Checkers, why?
Because it's Checkers. What the fuck? That's
Nah,
why.
I think that Dunkin' Donuts would be only because like they only sell coffee, donuts, and like breakfast stuff. Like you
Yeah,
go to a
but like
Checkers, but like if you go to a Checkers, like Checkers is they're cranking out, chicken
they
sandwich, fucking burgers, and like French fries and like chicken wings. You know what I'm saying? Like they're
yo,
doing a bunch of different shit.
what is your like? All right, we're gonna about to. We'll come back to Duncan. We'll get back to Duncan because I have a lot of conspiracy. We'll get back to conspiracy theories. I got a
Maybe the
lot to go over
CEO
that.
of Dunkin' is like Indian or something.
But before that, with Checkers, what is your like go to disgusting meal? Like you fast food meal that you eat and you just immediately hate yourself right after.
What do you mean, at Checkers or just fast food in
Just
general?
anywhere. Like for me, for example, a chili dog from Checkers makes me want to like. It makes me reevaluate my whole life. Like I'll eat that.
But you're saying like you'll definitely eat it but not feel happy about it later.
No, I'll look at myself like, why did I like? Of anything in this world I could have eaten, why did I settle on this? Or like a fucking fuck man, uh, or like a cheese wrap from fucking Taco Bell, where it's just cheese and tortilla. It's like, why are you like? I'm disgusting. I should never eat food again. Like, what
Yeah.
is your go to food that does that?
Um. Hmm. Probably.
And don't say you don't have any because we know
No, no,
that's
no.
not true.
I definitely do. I definitely do. Uh,
Cool.
I think that it would probably be like any cheeseburger from Sonic,
Oh yeah. Oh
any cheeseburger
yeah.
from Sonic, or
Dairy Queen.
Chili's. I mean, not Chili's. Fucking Chipotle.
What?
Yeah, like
Chipotle.
Chipotle bowl. Like I'm a Chipotle bowl guy, but I can also have like a burrito from there. And like Chipotle bowls and the burritos, they're good.
I think you're understanding the question here, man.
They're
I mean, you
they're
did, but the first was Sonic, but Chipotle?
they're they're
Chipotle makes
good.
you want to hurt yourself after eating it?
Not hurt myself, but it just for some reason it just the next day it never like it has my stomach feeling like all weird.
Yeah, but I mean
Like
that
if I
food that
every time I eat a Chipotle bowl, I have to have like a cleanse right after.
you don't after the bowl, you don't look at yourself in the mirror and just be like, "What am I doing with my life?" Because that's how
What?
I feel.
What
With
after the
anything I eat
bowl?
from Checkers, Checkers is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, Checkers is pretty bad.
That's bottom of the barrel fast food.
Checkers is bad.
Or like a
Their
fucking
wings are good though. Like their wings aren't like the best wings in the
no
world,
bottom of the
but
barrel.
their wings are okay.
If
Bottom
you
of the
eat,
barrel wings, but they're good.
imagine looking forward to Sonic.
Yeah, no, when me and Teresa first moved to Jersey, there's a Sonic that is near us, and we were
Devouring
enjoying
that
some
shit.
we were going in on some Sonic.
Could you
But
take
then
in Teresa on a first date to like a fast food joint and her be okay with it?
no.
Yeah,
But I don't think anybody would be okay with that.
I've been told that. I've been told by people they would be okay with it. I don't believe them. I think they're just saying that to get in my pants. But
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm like,
I feel
no,
like when you do that, you set the bar either
super low.
really low or really high because like, you know, if I really go out of my way to say, "Hey, I want to take you on a date," or we both agree on going on a date together, I would think that not that it has to be like this grand date or like this big, thing or whatever, like, taking them to like a five-star restaurant and, whatever. But if you really go out of your way to take somebody on a date and then you take them to
Sonic, no, Sonic,
Sonic,
you hate them.
Sonic, and then like just eat Sonic in your car with them and like chill and like you, even though you have like a real solid like conversation, I still think you set the bar really low and that person is not like really obligated to be like, yeah, let's have this second date.
You're the master of masters. You're the love doctor. You used to have a segment on the show.
Hmm.
So I'm curious. You have $10 in your pocket. Only $10 to
Hmm.
spend on your wife for a date in the city or Jersey. You know what? We'll make it the city. Just actually no, city or Jersey, whatever.
Hmm.
What would you do? Plan out the day. $10 to do
You can't.
literally anything.
Well,
Eat anything. Go anywhere.
now at this in this financial economy that is going on, you can not really do anything with $10. So
Very true.
if I had to plan like a nice like morning, get up, let's get the day started kind of date thing. My wife is a sucker for Starbucks, so we could go to
Big mistake.
Starbucks.
Big
She
mistake.
could get she could get her favorite drink. I can get my favorite drink from Starbucks, and then
I don't agree with this at all from the
well,
beginning. If you were to,
you gave me $10 to work with.
I know,
So
and you're
if you
spending
can,
literally half of your budget on drinks.
David, it's $10.
Also, but you make it, as I'm saying, make it
You
last throughout
have
the
all
day.
right. You got a better idea of how you can make this $10 work? Let me hear it.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Boom. First of all, you get nips.
Bad start.
What you mean that's a bad start? You get
Bad
drinks,
start.
but like not really. What you mean? That's $1 nips. Get two each. That's $4. Well, actually, that's half the budget right there. All right, we'll take the nips out. We're going to first. We're going to a picnic at Central Park, free. We're gonna lay there for free.
Okay, but it's not really a picnic. You're just going there to lay.
Well, I didn't get to the food part yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't think this through.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I think if maybe if you bumped it to like $20, then you'd probably get some stuff going.
I
But
think you could do shit with. All right, get
no,
some
you cannot.
pizzas.
A
You
hundred
can
percent, you cannot.
get a dollar pizza. Get a dollar pizza for one each. So
Okay.
that's $2 spent. $2 spent.
See, you see, but I feel like you're not thinking though, because like you can get those dollar pizzas, but how many dollar pizza spots do you know that are near
We'll
like
do
a
one twenty
park
five, Dave.
that are near a park that you can have, a nice little sit down whatever pizza picnic.
You bring them. Bring them to the park.
By the time you bring it to that park, the park is cold. I mean, the pizza's cold. So now you're sitting there eating cold pizzas.
Warm pizza is not that bad. Lightly warm pizza is actually pretty good. I
Yeah.
actually think it's better than hot pizza.
Well, I'm a sucker for cold Domino's pizza, especially after a night of drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
but that you see now you're going into the
but you
territory of
said
not
night of
having.
drinking.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think you got to bump your budget up to $20. I feel like if you're trying to go on a date for $10 or plan something for $10, you shouldn't even be allowed to go on a date.
You said poor people can't date. You said you
No,
flexing. Oh
nah.
shit. Straight up, no.
Unless you have more than
You
twenty
see,
dollars, unless you have more than $20, you can't even do like a nice simple thing.
what about a nice walk around the city?
Hmm.
Buy two water bottles. That's $2 right there. Two pizzas. That's $4.
Hmm.
Well, 450 because 125 each.
Hmm.
Or maybe my math is off, but we're gonna go 450. Fuck it. Um, we'll do a nice walk around the. We'll do a nice walk around the park. We'll settle by the water because if you know Central Park, you know there's a little place right by the pond where you could just like thrash your cheeks or literally just chill. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. 450. Get two nips, 650. No, $7. So we have two water bottles, a nice walk, two pizzas, two nips, $7 right off the rip, right there. Go to one of the Mexican deli stores. Get one flour, just one flour. Ask, hey, can I just take one flour off of this? I'll give you $2 for this one flour. You got
I feel like you're describing the date for like homeless people.
no. That's about
I feel
love.
like only homeless people can have like a date for $10.
That's $9 right there.
Hmm. You don't even have enough for like a bus pass back home.
First, no, first. This is how I know you were so privileged because you. When's the last time you even took a bus or a train?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Exactly. Nobody pays for the bus anymore. I don't even know how the MTA makes money. To be honest with you, nobody pays for that
Well,
shit.
that's why the fucking because of you hopping buses and fucking hopping trains and shit like that. That's why it's gonna be like $4 in like a couple of months just to take the fucking train.
And nobody will pay for that again. If you pay for the train or the bus in 2023, you're a fucking dweeb. Let's just be real. You're a
Real.
fucking dweeb. Hop that shit like a man.
Well, thank God I
You
got a
know.
car, so I don't have to deal with that criticism.
And you got a license.
Working on it. I got my permit.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And then you got the dollar to get. You gotta like finesse it. You gotta finesse the way to get that dollar. Like go to the get her a donut with hearts on it, and but you gotta finesse it with the Indians at the Dunkin'
Hmm.
Donuts spot, and be like, hey, listen, I know this shit's 150. You only got a dollar. I'm sorry. I'll be back tomorrow to pay the rest. And then you're never coming back, obviously. But you gotta tell them that. You tell them I'm coming back. Give you 50 cents, and then you get the donut. I think that's a perfect way to. That's a beautiful day.
I feel like you're just struggling to get by during that whole day. I would have like so much anxiety off of that.
No, I mean, yeah. Oh, the anxiety's gonna go through the fucking roof. But I mean,
Yeah.
if the love is the love, then $10 should be enough. That should be a perfect date. Two pizzas, two water bottles, two nips, a flower, a donut, and a nice walk in the park, and maybe some dick. Like, what the fuck? How was that not a good date for
It's
ten
insane.
bucks?
It's insane how you just live your life.
I'm not saying I do it. I'm just
I
saying.
100% I 100% see you like getting
Oh, I
through this
would
date.
do it. I've never done it. I might do it one day. I would definitely do it. I think you could definitely get by with $10 and like go on a date. 20 you could definitely do.
So
10,
with this date,
mm-hmm.
do you think that you're getting like a second date?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's all about the connection throughout that walk. See, it's the walk that's free that will get you the second date. It's
Yeah,
not
I
the things
guess,
that
but
you
I feel like
buy.
if you're
Are
like
you buy? Are
mal,
you dating
I feel like if you're
material girl?
malnourished, I feel like if you're malnourished and dehydrated that entire date, why the fuck would I
Dehydrate.
entertain
I'm
us?
giving you water
Yeah,
and
one
nips
bottle of water for the entire date, and then you're gonna
and
give me
nips.
a slice of pizza, and then you're gonna give me like shit faced off of one nip because I haven't had anything in my system besides a bottle of water and a cold slice of pizza.
First of all, if you getting shit faced off with a nip,
I
then
mean,
that's a
if you're not having anything in your system, then yeah, probably.
gotta think outside the box, man.
I
Gotta
guess.
think outside
I
the
guess.
box.
You're a
And while
special
I'm at
guy, man.
Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm talking to them, I'll ask them who runs this shit. Because again, I told you my conspiracy theories. Back to conspiracy theories, and the Indians run that shit. I don't know why.
They
It
do.
just seems
They
like
do.
all the Dunkin' Donuts are run by the
They definitely
Indians.
have Dunkin' Donuts on lock.
No, for a fact. That's one. My other conspiracy theory that I believe in, or I'm curious about, is that why don't we pick our own phone numbers? Why are we
Well,
given the numbers?
it's based on like area code
Other than the
where you
area
are in the
code,
world.
the area code is obvious, but after that, you're given options. Like I've changed my number a couple times. Don't ask why, but I've changed it a couple times.
Hmm.
And it's like you get either 929-718-212, all that shit. Yeah. But after that, you're given options. Why am I given options? Why can't I choose the next 7 digits?
Because I feel like you're more likely to pick the same number as the other person. So it has to kind of be
So then
not
tell me one
not
digit is. Tell me it's not is I can't take it.
yeah, but if you go digit by digit for what you can have or can't have, then that's like a longer process. They can just give you a
Then let's
computer
have the
generated
conversation.
number of what is available and then just give it to you.
Then let's have the conversation, man. Like
Yeah, but
or female.
you're dealing with a phone company that has like a bunch of different people with the same problems that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to just give you your shit and get up out of there.
Honestly, that's your job. That's not my job. My
All
job
right?
is I want the fucking phone number that I want. Why am I being given a number? I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's how the government is fucking controlling us. And that's how they're
Mm-hmm.
looking at us. That's how the whites are controlling us.
By our phone numbers.
By our phone numbers. For real.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Another one I think, I still like I know I might be in the minority in this. I still think Chris Rock and that Will Smith shit was fake.
Yeah, you're definitely the minority in that.
Because
I don't
Will
think
Smith is too famous for
put
that
it this way.
bullshit.
Put it this way.
It's not real.
I don't think that I think that his justification or his like motive or what like however you say it, but I feel like that was a very light joke to make
Very.
that big
He
of a
wasn't
commotion
wrong.
off of it. So I don't think that there's a really big conspiracy behind it. I just think Will Smith was really weak in that moment. You know what I mean? And
He had a bitch
like
moment.
I feel like in a conspiracy theory, like either the A side or the B side of the conspiracy theory has to have something to benefit in their way completely. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like
who
and
I
I,
think deserves a slap? You know who Will Smith should slap?
who?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Why?
You heard what he's doing to Jennifer Aniston?
Adam Sandler is like the sweetest guy in the world.
He's cool. But I'm also in another minority. This is not a conspiracy theory, but I'm in a minority in this one right here. You heard what he's doing to Jennifer Aniston?
No.
So unfortunately, Jennifer Aniston can't have kids. That's what she said.
Okay.
Um. So every year on Mother's Day, Adam Sandler sends her like flowers
Uh-huh.
to say like I guess to I don't know. I guess to say like we're still gonna celebrate you even though you can't have kids.
Yeah.
We're gonna still
Because
celebrate you.
it's not really her fault.
Do you think that's sweet of him or not? Many people think it's sweet of him.
I think so. I think so. I mean,
No.
you know,
It's like reminding her like what you can't have. In my opinion, I'm thinking that's bullshit.
yeah, it's a reminder, but like it's one of those things of like trying to turn a negative into a positive. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really I would think that that's a very nice gesture because it's like they've done a fair amount of movies together and they probably have like a very cool you know
Three shitty
relationship.
movies.
Oh,
Three shitty movies. But go ahead.
yeah, but I mean, a shitty movie to you is probably a good movie or whatever to somebody else. But besides that, they've worked together enough times where they probably have like a good relationship with each other. Who knows? Maybe she's like really close to his kids or really close to his family and stuff like that. And you know, like I would think of it like if it was my sister, you know what I'm saying? And my sister biologically couldn't have kids of her own. Maybe I still view her as like a really good person and a person that has like a very good motherly instinct, and just biologically she just can't have any of her own. And I would still want to show her give her flowers in a way of like, hey, I know that you would be a really great mother, and like it sucks that you can't be, but like, here are your flowers to show
I
how
see.
much I appreciate and think of you.
No, I definitely see the positive in it, but I just feel like to me, it just like I wouldn't want that. Like, imagine for you, for example, let's just say you had a kid, and God forbid passed away, and every
Mhm.
year on the kid's birthday, you get like flowers sent to you. Would you be like, no, that's a reminder?
But it's an
That's
it's like an offering. It's like a celebration of life.
I don't know. I like. I know I'm
So then
definitely in a
you're so
minority in
then so
this.
then would you be the type of person that would be against going to, like, let's say God forbid, you know, well, I mean it all happens, at one point or another, but like your parent, one of your parents passed away. You would be
Mm.
against going to see them on the
No,
end, on their birthday or the anniversary of their death at their, grave, and like put flowers there. Would you be against
no,
that?
but I feel like I should mourn that myself or do it the way I want to do it. I don't feel like
Yes,
someone
but
should
then
be.
like the people that pass away, they also have like best friends and like people that care
Yeah,
about them.
I mean, I don't.
And
Again, I don't know if this is a good comparison. Yeah, but I just feel like it's just a reminder of some bad shit. You know?
yeah, I mean, some people. So you're definitely not. You're definitely in the minority of that, but it's not like a small minority. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's a 60-40 situation where, 40% of people would rather not be reminded of a loved one that like passed away because of just the level of grief that it brought them.
It's
But
not
I
even a
feel
loved
like,
one. It's just like a reminder of what I can't do. I can't like. Would you
yeah,
sell it?
but
Like, just say I go blind tomorrow. Are you gonna
it's
celebrate
different.
it?
It's different if you can understand the sentiment, and some people can't understand the sentiment of certain things. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
Me?
Jenifer Aniston is one of those people that can understand the sentiment of, Adam Sandler sending her flowers, every year on Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe that's just the type of person that she is. But some people, I understand what you're saying. Some people can't enjoy or feel comfort in the sentiment of being reminded of a past loved one, or being reminded of a situation that is very like heartbreaking to them. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're in the minority of that, but the minority of that is not like a very small collection of people. So I can understand where you're coming from. I just know I'm in the my majority of, like, if I have a relative or something, someone that passed away that was very close to me, and instead of people sending those flowers, where that person is resting, if they sent it to me, you know what I'm saying, to say like, hey, I know that this is a very, you know important person to you, and this is a very important kind of day in your life, so I'm sending these flowers to show that I am also with you in that mind state or that mind frame of this day. You're not
Yeah.
sharing in that grief alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a really cool sentiment. You know what I mean? So I think that's very dope of Adam Sandler to do that. Like I said, that guy's a very good guy. You know what I mean?
Best Adam Sandler movie, go.
Best Adam Sandler movie to me is Big Daddy, and
Never
then
seen
right,
it.
that's insane. Big Daddy's good, and then I think right after that I would probably take uh right after that I would take The Water Boy,
Classic.
and which is a classic. I actually seen it while I was here in Florida. Water Boy. Then it would be uh 50 First Dates, and then after that it would be only because it's like very time specific and you only see it on a certain point in a certain points in the year. But damn, the Christmas animated movie that he did, Eight Crazy Nights.
Okay.
So
Respectable collection. You ever
yeah,
seen You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
I did see You Don't Mess with the
Most
Zohan.
racist movie I've ever seen in my life.
You think so? I think The Dictator is like worse than that. The Dictator is not an Adam Sandler movie, but I think The Dictator is pretty racist.
Yeah, but that's Sacha Baron Cohen. He gets away with everything. Sacha
That's
Baron
true.
Cohen can't be racist. He's a national treasure. I mean, Adam Sandler's a national treasure too. Even though he's losing his luster because he just keeps producing shit after shit after shit after shit, with the
Yeah,
exception of
but
Uncut Gems.
it comes to one of those it gets to one of those points where it's like when you've done enough things and you're like a very household legendary name that you kind of get to start doing projects that like you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Who
start
doesn't
getting
care
to make
about these
movies.
shits?
Yeah, but maybe like he's making these movies because like he really enjoys them, not because of like he's worried about fanfare or like he's already made enough movies that have cemented his legacy in whatever kind of entertainer
Listen,
he is.
I respect him. The only reason why I respect him, not even respect him, but like why I can acknowledge that he's a good dude. He's the only guy that will get Rob Schneider employed. The only guy that will get Rob Schneider employed.
Well,
Rob Schneider is
that's what happens when you
or the G.
like
Like
I said, you're a G and you can make the movies that you want with the people that you want to make them with.
yeah, no. Yeah, you don't. If, for people that have never seen You Don't Mess with Zohan, little context, he plays a dude from the Middle East, and he has like a very thick accent, and it plays on every Middle Eastern stereotype. I mean,
Hmm.
fucking hummus is like his fuck. If I remember correctly, hummus is like his fucking spinach.
Hmm.
Rob Schneider, everybody plays it. Rob Schneider is a fucking Middle Eastern dude, and he has the thickest accent in the world. It is the most racist movie ever. It's pretty. It's
It's pretty
decent.
racist.
It's very racist movie. Very
It's not
racist movie.
and it's not like a shit movie either. Like it's pretty good.
Oh, it's a shit movie.
Yeah, but it's not like terrible. Like it's not the worst comedy movie ever made.
No, it's not the worst comedy movie ever made. Well, I mean, Adam Sandler's has some shit ones, dude. Like, if you had to pick the top 100 worst comedy movies ever, you're probably gonna have about 15 Adam Sandler's in there.
Nah, 15 Adam Sandler's is crazy. Maybe like 5 or like 10. I wouldn't say
Like
15.
Grown Ups 2, bro.
Now, all the Grown Ups movies I enjoyed. I wouldn't put them in like worst
Oh
movie
no, they going
categories.
up there, man. They definitely going up there. I have to.
You just have a different, you know what it is? You have a very different brain for like
Have an
movies and
exquisite,
medias and I don't think it's exquisite. I think
exquisite. Yes,
it's
that's the
just
word.
different.
I think it's a very nice taste
You
in
just
comedy.
nah, you just have a very different feel and like taste for movies.
What's your favorite comedy of all time?
My favorite comedy of all time, only because it's like super saturated for me and like I've watched it a bunch of times and then I showed it to my wife and then had to watch it a bunch of times. But This Is the End is good.
Oh, I love it.
One of my favorites is Tropic Thunder. That's still like I could watch that any day
Hmm.
of the week. Tropic Thunder is good.
You don't feel
Mm,
offended by Robert Downey Jr.?
I do not, only because he did it really well and like when he did it there wasn't like any malice behind him like doing
So
back
you're not against
blackface.
blackface. You're not
Like
against blackface.
only when the preface or the premise of the blackface is because like in the movie he was playing an actor that takes on all of these like really risky and like edgy moves roles that nobody else would take. So he played that actor that like was willing to do blackface when nobody else would.
Hmm. I remember that.
Do I think that he would go? Do I think that Robert Downey Jr., the actor, would go out of his way to play a black character that is obviously black and like change his face like how or his skin color just like he did in the movie? No, I don't think he would actually do that. But would he play a character that is like okay with doing that? Yes, because it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I feel like everybody understood that. And I feel like there was a point in time where like cancel culture was at its like that's a big well no, it's a little dragonfly.
Florida.
Anyway, yeah, super Florida. I was about to punch the shit out of that thing, but
It would
um
make good content.
good content. But I think that he is yeah, I think that he's just a really good actor. He could do a lot of funny shit. So
I would say Superbad is mine.
Superbad is
Superbad.
good. I watched Superbad a lot as a kid with my dad. Even when I shouldn't have been watching that movie, but
The first ever script I wrote was based off was very Superbad influenced.
what was the name of the script? Super good.
But no, wasn't. But it was called 3 Days to Remember. It's about
Okay.
partying. It's about a friend. It's about losing a friendship of partying. It's gonna get made one day. We're gonna look back at this and like salute. And I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna have Ralph
I feel
Schwenn's
like
bitch ass in it.
I feel like any coming of age movie is like a good
Good movie.
I feel like yeah, any coming of age movie is like a really good movie, especially like if you're gonna make it a comedy. Like it's really hard
Hmm.
to fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of different stuff that you can like talk about. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the movie is based in like high school or like just getting into college or whatever. Like those movies are just always so funny because of like just the stories you hear and like things that happen in that kind of transition of a person's life from like preteen or you know pre-adult to an actual adult. Because by the movie you actually see like real character growth. Like it'll be like okay, this guy was like kind of a kid and had a kid's mentality, and then he moved into like taking everything like serious, but also understanding like how to have a balance of like having a good time and partying, but also doing what you need to do.
Before, uh, I think Adam Sandler can fuck that up. These days, I think Adam Sandler can definitely fuck that up.
I think he could fuck it up only because like if he was like writing it and if he was like in it.
You say,
So
yeah.
like I feel like the only people that can really execute those movies well is like if they really lived that life or if they
Hmm.
like Adam Sandler really never made a movie that was like about that point of life. You know what I mean? Like he made a movie about him being an idiot adult and then having to go back to elementary school and completing the rest of school in a short time frame to be able to like get access to his like riches.
Okay.
So it's
Big Adam
like,
Sandler fan, I can tell. You're a big Adam Sandler fan. I can definitely tell. Which I respect.
yeah.
Again, good dude. I would love to play hoops with him. The dude plays hoops in fucking New York City all the time.
Yeah, which is cool because I also feel like he's one of those celebrities that also they can just move around like a regular human being. Like people just have like the utmost respect for them.
Although I don't like, I mean, I guess I appreciate, I respect it, but Nepo Babies piss me off. And his daughter has a movie coming out, and I'm like not gonna see it just out
Yeah,
of
but it's like a
protest.
movie with him though. Like he's
No,
in the movie.
fuck
He
Nepo
produced it.
Babies, bro. Fuck Nepo
Why?
Baby. I mean, I wish I was a Nepo
So
Baby, but
you think
fuck that.
like Ice Cube's son is a bad like nepo baby? I think he's pretty good.
I think he is a bad Nepo Baby because he's not taking advantage of his nepotism. He's not taking advantage. He should be bigger. I
Yeah,
mean, come on.
but you just said that you hate that.
His first starring role was playing his father, which again I respect.
Yeah, but he
I'm a
didn't
hater. I'm
have
hating. I'm definitely hating.
but he didn't have that role like locked in for him. You know what I mean?
I'm a hater, man. I'm hating. I hate. I'm a self-admitted hater. I
Yeah,
am
you're a
jealous. I
notorious
hate
hater.
mad shit right now, bro.
You do.
So, but before we go, I have 3 questions for you since you're the love doctor.
Hmm.
You can and not drawn out questions, but just 3 different questions I want to ask the love doctor, the married man himself, Fredro, Medina, or Baez, however you want to say
It's
it.
definitely Medina. It would never be Baez.
Ooh, well, okay. Um, so what is the most emasculine thing your girl could do to you, your partner?
So for a very long time, well, not a very long time, but Teresa wanted to like experiment with makeup and stuff like that. And she saw on like TikTok and like Instagram how like these guys would like allow their like wife or like girlfriend or whatever to do
See
like
where you're
makeup
going with
on them
this?
or like practice their makeup on them. And like she was like,
Mm,
"Oh, you should let me do it." And I was just like, no, I do not want to do that." And she
you
was like,
think
"Oh,
that's the
but
most
you know, it's
emasculine
not."
thing?
Well, this is where it gets, pretty emasculating. So I was asleep, and
Nah.
I was taking a nap rather,
Oh
and like
man.
I rarely take naps. So when I do take naps, they're like very like, you know what I'm saying, good naps. But she decided to do makeup on me while I was sleeping, and like in the process of her doing it, like I woke up and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" And she was just like laughing. So I was like paying it no mind or whatever, telling her she was being annoying. Tried to fall back asleep, woke up again because she was doing her thing or whatever. Then I like woke up finally, and because I was like super pissed and I had to use the bathroom. So I go and use the bathroom. I look in the mirror and I see one side of my face like done up with like a bunch of makeup and shit. And like
Mm-hmm.
I was like super pissed about it. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I told you I didn't want to do that, and you fucking doing it in the middle of my sleep." And she was like, "Oh, but it's not that serious. It's funny. Why can't you just laugh about it or whatever?" And I'm just like, "Yo, bro, I'm trying
No.
to sleep, and you just did makeup on my face. Like that's not like funny. Like I would laugh if you like drew a dick on my face. Like yeah, okay, that's pretty funny, but no, fuck that."
I
So I was pretty
really,
masculine.
really. She probably deleted it, but I really hope there's a picture of this.
I think there is a picture of it.
I need tell her to send that this way because that needs to be that that needs to. We need to see it. We
I
need to see
probably
this.
won't. You'd probably have to reach out for that by yourself.
We definitely need to see this picture.
Mm.
So that was the most emasculating thing that she's.
Probably,
What
probably.
about what she could do to you though? Like she hasn't done to you yet.
It's probably
That
just
she
that.
could do in the future. Just makeup? Really?
Yeah, I
This is too
mean,
machismo, man.
nah, it's not even machismo. Is that Teresa really like respects my boundaries, especially after that situation.
You wouldn't.
Like
You
I'm
know
all
what?
for
You
like
strike me
fun.
as a guy that would paint his nails.
I'm all for like really
Yeah, that's why I'm
maybe
surprised that
like
this makeup thing is so emasculating to you.
maybe like black, but not
I
like
could see you going a little yachty and just painting it like fucking.
nah, probably like black or like a clear coat, but not
I'm saying,
like I have to be like okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
of course.
if I'm really like telling you that I'm not for that or like it's not for me at all, then like I would want that to be respected.
To me, the most masculine thing my girl could do to me is if we're like on like a date, a double date and shit.
Hmm.
And it means not that emasculating, and my car declines, or like no, not even my car declines. Just like we're there, and she's like, "Babe, I make more money than you. I got this," and she just throws her card down. I feel like
That wouldn't
that's.
even be emasculating for me. That would
You don't
just
think
make
that's
me
emasculating?
that would make me super bricked up. I'd
I
get
think it's
bricked
the
up off of
wording.
that.
I think it's the wording. No, I just take pride in that. Like don't like I just take pride in just being able to support my girl. Like I let her
A
pay for
hundred
shit, of
percent, a hundred
course. I
percent.
let her pay for shit, but just don't word it that way. You know what I mean? Don't word it that way.
Yeah,
It's all in the
yeah, yeah.
wording. It's all in the wording, not the
But
action.
I don't think any girl that actually like cares about you or that you're actually dating would be like, "Yo, you're a broke bitch. Don't worry about it. I got it."
But sometimes people be off a little, be drinking a little bit, and they
I
are out of
guess,
character,
they
and
they
stays
start
there.
feeling themselves a little bit. I guess, yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Second question. How do you thread? So we're in the content business now. Freddie,
Hmm.
you're in the content business.
Hmm.
Um, how do you go about threading that line of like posting something that might offend your partner? Like for example, let's say we have a conversation that might Teresa might not want to hear, might not want you to talk about. How do you thread that line of
Um,
talking about it, touching on it? Do you talk? Do you just stay away from it completely? If you know it's good content for the podcast or or your Instagram, whatever you
then
want,
I feel
whatever you're
like
doing,
then you know,
respect the boundaries, of course. But
yeah, you have to respect the boundaries, but then you also have to have a conversation of like, hey, this is gonna be a topic of conversation, and like, are you? Well, I mean, I don't think I feel like
how do you?
Teresa is very confident in the way that I like talk about things and word stuff, and like you can obviously tell when I'm like joking about things or like super serious about something that I'm talking about. Um, and Teresa is like very understanding of that. So I don't think I would ever get into a situation where there's a topic that I can't really talk about. But if it was a topic that I had to speak seriously on, and I thought it was like, um, like it wasn't a topic that I, need to be making fun of or making a joke out of, and I needed to be serious about it. I think that I would just be able to tell her like, hey, this is a conversation or a topic that's coming up. I want to talk about it and have like an actual discussion about it, and she would be
You
okay
know,
with it because I think she would trust my wording and my verbiage of things. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't.
so it's about trust.
Yeah, I feel like it's all about trust. It's all about trust,
Mm.
respecting the boundaries, and like being
What if she's like,
educated about it.
what if she's like, do not talk about it at all, period. But you know, in your heart of hearts, this is really good content.
Um, then we have to come to like some middle ground. Like
Not
I
talk
can't,
about it.
huh? Yeah,
Mm.
like if it's really good content, then I would just have to express like this is really good. This is something really good to talk about, and like I have to speak on it, and like we could come up with a way of like how I can speak on it, and it's not like directly related to my life or like just speaking broad about something or whatever. But there's always a way to have a conversation about a topic that's a very hot topic, whether it's personally or like a worldly hot topic, and like speak broadly about something or speak very direct about something. So,
Okay. And final question for the doctor himself. This would let's just say you were single, right?
hmm
Um, or this was back in the day. Would you prefer a partner that is experienced in the dating world, the sexual world, or somebody that's like a plain like could be two shoes virgin and you're new to them? You're like their first
I
introduction.
think only because like sexual wise, like I think I would like somebody that is as experienced as I am. I don't think I would be intimidated if they were more experienced than me, but I think it would have to be like I'm very open with myself. Like I'm okay with saying like, hey, like I'm open to trying things. I haven't tried a bunch of stuff, but like if I know that you have, then I would have to be like, like we gotta baby step into it. We gotta transition into it. It can't just be like, you know, the Kama Sutra and like you just bumping out fucking mad different shit on me that I'm not prepared for. Like we have to like, baby step into it.
Mm. So
So I don't think I wouldn't be in I would only feel some type of way if it was like very immediate and like fast paced and like you just expected
yeah.
me to be down with whatever you're down with.
So body count doesn't matter to you.
I don't think body count matters. It just is all about how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? You could
Confidence.
as long as you have an understanding that you have a high body count and like maybe I don't, then you would already know consciously like I have to do things a certain way or approach sex in a certain way to be able to get this other person like on board.
So you can date a virgin or you can date a
Yeah,
retired
yeah.
hoe.
Not a
You don't. It
tired
doesn't
hoe. A
matter to you.
tired hoe is crazy. I would never date like
Retired hoe.
oh, a retired hoe.
Somebody that puts their hoeing ways in their past and now are finding love.
It's all about how they carry themselves. You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter
So
to you.
yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't really matter.
I used to be the other opposite. I used to, like a person I was a virgin wanted to talk to me, and I couldn't be their first. I was like, I can't be your first. And then I also had somebody that was a hoe in the past wanted to talk to me, and I was like, I can't be with you. Now I'm
See,
confident
like
enough.
if I was talking to a person that's like a virgin, and like we were like trying to figure out dating and whatever the case may be, and we were trying to figure out dating and whatever the case may be. Um, and they told me, hey, like I'm a virgin, I'm not experienced in sex in any kind of way, then I would let things kind of move on their time. Like I would be like, all right, so like if you're not rushing into sex or rushing into anything, then like when you're ready, let's have that conversation. And like if it got to a point where it was very like stagnant or whatever, then again I would have another conversation like, are you not ready for sex? Are you ready for the right moment? Are you waiting for the right moment, or are you looking for me to kind of like coach you and like push this along to get to a safe space where you feel like you are ready, and then we can, and then you know
Okay.
yeah, you can't. I'm very against like pushing against someone else's like timing, especially if they're not like vocal about it. I feel like there has to be it just has to be a mutual respect there. You know what I'm saying? Like sex is very, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a gray area, but it's sex has to like be side and side, like goes hand in hand with like respect, to me at least.
I agree with you. That's all I can say about that. I it gives me confidence knowing that I agree that my values agree with the love doctor himself, the married man.
We outside, we're a bunch of elevated adults. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to
Not
be.
like not like these guys that spew this very biased and very headstrong masculinity into the world, and then they do that and they promote it, and then they're not around for like now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Appreciate
it's
you, man.
all about higher thinking, but also understanding that even though you may be a male and you view yourself as an alpha male, that doesn't mean that you know you just think women are like below you. Like I come from a family where like you know the men are like the leaders in the family. Like we're the ones that go out and we provide and blah 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 and do all of that
Hunters.
stuff. But like the women in our family are held in the position of like they're the ones that like hold the family together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they plan the vacations, they plan the trips, they hold down the household. If they're
They drive you
outside and
around.
they wanna, damn, that was a shot. But
Yeah, I had to.
um, you know, we encourage the women to, do whatever it is that they want to do. If they want to go out there and get a job or, get a higher education, like we support that. You know what I'm saying? Because even though we're like the men, the hunter and gatherers that go out every day and like just be in the world and maybe, have the tiring labor job, like we encourage the women to, hey, if you fucking went to college for 2 years and you found a job that's paying you 80, 86, 60, 70, $80,000 a year, and all you have to do is like be home and be in the AC and be in the home and the house that we built together, and you can hold it down at home while I'm outside just fucking killing it. You better than me. You did it. You know what I'm saying? And we cool with that.
Look at you being so positive, woman positive. I
Yo,
love that.
but and it's weird to hear like the other side of it. Like, with these, fresh and like hearing like podcasts like Fresh and Fit that aren't around anymore talk
They're
about
not ground
how
anymore.
no, they have been booted from the YouTube Creator Foundation. So they can't monetize any of their videos anymore, and they're effectively like going broke.
Yeah, but you know why they do it though. We should start doing it. But I know why they do it. No, I'm just playing. We would never do that.
But
But I know why they do it. They get attention.
yeah,
To
and
get the
and and
TikTok
and you
views.
can tell that when that's one of those situations where you can tell like when content is not genuine and you're doing it for a niche or for like the opposite public opinion, after a while people are going to see right through it and then just be like, yo, this isn't cool anymore. So like, why are we supporting it? You know what I mean?
I don't support it, but
Yeah.
that's what we do here, man. Genuine content. Talk about shit we like. You either
Yeah,
listen or you don't
and just
listen.
give our personal and genuine outlook on stuff. So that's the stuff that like sticks around for, a long time.
Which
It's
we
it
will.
exactly. And we're only just gonna grow.
Exactly.
So
But give me my
but
segue, man. Give me
Hey,
one
man.
second.
Uh, as always, we touched a lot of topics. We ran through a lot of things. It's been a very good conversation in this Florida weather. But I'm
Bro, I'm
starting to get,
sweating.
I'm
Do
starting
you
to
have
get,
chest
yeah.
hair?
I do not have chest hair.
Look at this.
I'm
This
not
is
a hairy
fucking
guy.
sweaty, bro. I'm sweating
Yeah,
through the
I have
shirt.
like under titty sweat right now. You can't see it through the shirt, but it's building up. And
Bro, my
I would
shit's.
love to get inside back into this nice Florida AC that every home and building and apartment building is supposed to have. So I need you to kind of like just wrap up this whole episode and just give it a one of those David
Hmm.
quotes stamps, seal of approval. So do your best. And ladies and gentlemen, David's quotes.
Gonna keep it short and simple, man. Life is a roller coaster. Fucking deal with it. Dave's
That was
quotes.
good. That was good.
Yeah, man.
I
I
like
had
that.
to, sometimes you just need that slap in the face. I'm learning it, man.
We
Sometimes I
definitely
get down, I gotta fucking tell myself that. So you know what? If I gotta tell myself that, I'm gonna tell you that.
thanks. I really needed to hear that today. But you
Yes.
definitely been killing it with the quotes since we've been back. It's not like I feel like there's a scale to it, right? So there's shirt worthy stuff. There's
Hmm. Bumper sticker.
book worthy stuff. Then there's bumper sticker stuff, and then there's just like getting it tattooed on you. And I feel like you've been giving the bumper sticker tattoo level of quotes as of far. So I'm very proud of you in that. So keep up the good
Appreciate you,
work.
brother. Appreciate you, brother.
hmm So David, where can they find you?
So you guys can find me on Instagram at the boy. No, that's Snapchat. Snapchat, you can find me at the boy underscore 237. On Instagram, you can find me at David Angelo 97 or 223. No, David Angelo 223.
You got
You
to
can
get your
find me
shit together,
on
brother. We should just
yeah,
have
bro.
like so you should do I don't know, maybe you should have like pop-ups that pop up like in the video and then you can like put all the information. You know what I'm saying? Cuz you'd be fucking up and I don't
I
want it
know
to
I definitely
confuse
be
people.
fucking up. Thank you. I definitely be fucking up. Yeah.
So we should
Uh,
look into that.
Twitter David Angelo 97. Trying to get the Twitter following up. Trying to get
Mhm.
more active on
Mhm.
Twitter. Twitter is the new
Mhm.
wave. It's the new future. Um,
Well, it's X, not Twitter.
Fuck that. It's Twitter to the day I die. And yeah, where can they find you, Fredro?
You can find me on Instagram at Fredo_Medina 98. And then you can also follow the Anything Goes podcast on Instagram at the Anything Goes podcast, where we post clips, sound bites of all of the episodes. So that way you can, keep up with us on Instagram and stuff like that. Leave comments below any of the segments that we post and give your opinions, comments, anything, anything interactive. And if it's definitely like good enough or intriguing, we would definitely be reacting to them and communicating with you guys on there. uh on the Instagram there is the link to everywhere that you can hear the Anything Goes podcast, whether it be on Apple Music, iTunes, whatever it is, Spotify, all of that good stuff. The link to YouTube is there, so you can also support us on YouTube and do the exact same thing. Leave your comments,
Subscribe.
subscribe, um, and yeah, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your uncle, tell your girlfriends, your ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, widows,
Side bitches.
grandmothers, side bitches. Just get them on board. Let them know that we're here for them.
The movement's happening.
Exactly. And we will catch you guys on the next one.